everybody. Welcome, welcome. My name is Shirel Korobkin, and I'll be your MC here today, tonight. We have ladies tuning in from all over the world. A big thank you for everybody here joining us here at the Her Tribe Magazine Pesach party and fundraiser. We're so excited to have you here. My name is Shirel Korobkin. I'm a group educator and counselor, a good friend of the founder of the magazine, Naomi Journo, and hopefully so much more. I would love to tell you a little bit about the magazine before we begin and we get to hear from some of the most sensational speakers that we'll be having here for you tonight. So a little bit about what is Her Tribe Magazine. It's really so special. This is for women, by women. This is a new initiative. It's not just a magazine. We're really trying to create a movement, a sense of community and sisterhood. We're building an incredible platform that amplifies authentic voices featuring Jewish women from all walks of life. Older, younger, some people who have been living here in Israel their entire lives, some people who are olim, that they're new immigrants, women from all over the world. It tells real stories, fosters compassion, connection, and unites Jewish women across the globe. Created by women, for women, this project is all about empowering each and every single one of our Jewish women that we have here today with inspiration, community, and voices that matter, that you want to hear from. Based in Israel and born during a time of war, this initiative brings strength, hope, purpose, and reminds all of us the unique role that women play in shaping our homes, our communities, our future in the story of the Geula, the story of redemption. But we cannot do it alone. We need you. Yes, you. We want to bring this vision to life. We want it to touch all corners of Israel, every single community, whether it's primarily Anglo, Israeli. We want to make sure that our magazines, our stories, our sense of sisterhood and community reaches you. So, how do we make this happen in order to bring this vision to life at the highest level, high quality? We would really appreciate your donations. The donations, what do they go towards? They're not going to me or my mortgage. It's going towards high quality print production, a talented creative and editorial team. Ladies, you do not understand the amount of effort and work that goes into this beautiful magazine. It is not ChatGPT. It is not AI generated. Real, authentic words coming straight from the heart, but need to sometimes have a little bit of edited and revisions done to it. We have online content and a campaign development. We have digital production and operations, distribution, like I said, across all of Israel. Initially, it started here in Harish, and we said, you know what? We can't keep this just to ourselves. We need to make sure that it reaches all the women across all of Israel and beyond with our digital content that we also offer as well. So please partner with us today. We're going to put in the links and as well as in the emails if you're watching the recording of this of how you can partner with us through sponsorships, connect with us and help us make this come to life because this is really nothing without you. We need you. With that, I would love to introduce to you for the founder of this magazine. She's a good friend of mine. She is absolutely phenomenal. She is a brilliant mind when it comes to marketing materials and when it comes to innovative ideas. She always has a smile on her face, whether she's chasing after her children's or chasing a brand new idea that has just popped into her head. I want to tell you a little bit about my good friend Naomi Journo. Naomi Journo is a proud Jewish convert, originally from the Czech Republic. She is living her daily miracles as a mom, thank God, of 4. Not to mention that she just had a baby a few months ago as she was pushing out the first edition of this magazine, ladies. Staying up all night, not only doing this magazine, her other baby, but also another newborn that she was having. You might know her from Naomi's uplifting events, but she's also so much more than just the events that she puts together. Today, she is the founder of Hatzlacha Solutions, a digital marketing, PR, and production company that is based here in Israel. Among her many projects, believe me, she has so many of them. Naomi has spent the last 8 years passionately creating fun and inspiring Torah-based programs and events for women. She loves building communities wherever she goes and spotlighting empowering women, sharing life hacks that celebrate Jewish life, women's wisdom, and real life experiences. So, without further ado, ladies and gentle ladies, please, Naomi Journo.
You are incredible, Shirel. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone. You are amazing just for showing up, for showing support. It made me cry. Thank you so much. Look, I am sitting in the car because it's a little bit noisy, Baruch Hashem, in my home. There is not so much light. I'm usually at the background and I'm really enjoying that role. My funny accent is, as Shirel said, from Czech Republic, but that's fine. That's my Hishtadlut. I can't wait. Look, I took my tambourine here. Yeah. I can't wait that we will speak just like from the heart without Hebrew, English, all the shakshuka. That I even prepare a speech, but I cannot I will take it from the heart. This project is really something. It's I when I started, I think I didn't realize what's happening. I was like, okay, I have a background in media marketing. I'll just put together something from the neighborhood connection. Let's do it, okay? So I reach out to few neighbors and let's write about this, that, how you feel, what's your opinion, and there was a magazine before. It was called Harish Ladies, Anglo Ladies in.
I think we lost her for a moment. We'll make sure when she's able to come back on that we'll give her back the spotlight. But as she was saying, the magazine originally had started as really just a passion project, Harish Ladies here in Harish, and with tips and tricks and stories and really so much around Hanukkah time. And it just blossomed. We were posting about the magazine online, and everybody was asking where they could get their copy. And Naomi really did not want to just keep this magazine to herself. She really wanted to share it with everybody out there. We've been able through this magazine to reach so many different types of women, every single walk of life, sharing what they're passionate about, whether it's healing, food, recipes, tips and tricks, parenting, marriage, styling, whatever it may be. It's something that's so special, and we would like you to help us continue making this journey possible. If Naomi does pop back on, again, we'll give her the spotlight. But in the meantime, I'm going to, let's see if she jumps on.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Here,
so
good,
sorry. This is
good.
so embarrassing. I don't know where I finished, but I'm so sorry. I was just saying, I don't want to make it too long, my speech. I just want to say, this project, what I see from the responses, what I try to get the feedback, because it's not just my thing. It's really not. I'm not doing this to kind of like, hey, look at me. It's really about the community, about all the incredible women that are part of this. Just Shemayim, really. Like, I am now in touch with more than 50 ladies that are part of this magazine. I don't even, I don't have a time to count. Yeah, so busy. It's so dynamic. It's so creative, and Bezat Hashem, it's coming next week. So whoever sign up, don't worry, you will receive a message, instructions. It's all good. It's just now still in the cooking mode, and it's gonna be available really in Jerusalem, in Rehovot, in Bet Shemesh, you name it. And if it's not available there, so reach out and let's make it possible. Okay, I just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you, Shirel. Thank you, all the speakers, and thank you, everyone who see this as a potential, who sees this. Okay, it's interesting, and let's give it a chance. Okay.
Thank you, Naomi. You are fabulous as always, ladies. This woman has put really her heart and soul into this magazine, and anybody who picks up this magazine can feel that, especially in a day and age we're so used to seeing everything on our phones and just scrolling through different Instagram accounts or Facebook or newsletters. It's so special having a magazine that's for women by women in your home and long enough that you can really savor it over an extended period of time. And that brings me to our next speaker. Our next speaker, I know her from Instagram and I've been following her for a couple of years. Whenever I need some inspiration for not only to look my best, but to feel my best through clothing, I turn to Devora. Let me tell you a little bit about Devora. Devora is an experienced personal stylist and empowerment coach. She helps women from all over the world generate impact through style. With her unique STAR method, she helps women of all ages and sizes activate their inner magic. Ladies, magic, pure magic, through curated power outfits and a mindset shift that allows them to be radiant and allow their personality to shine forward. Devora believes that you can become the best version of yourself and achieve amazing goals through styling and intention. You can find her on Facebook and Instagram. We'll put the links below, and also via WhatsApp. So, Devora, I have some questions for you if you don't mind.
Sure.
First of
Yeah, for
all,
sure.
I'm a big fan.
I'm so happy to hear that. Thank
A
you.
lot of my clothes I get because I'll see you post that you went to H&M or Zip or wherever here in Israel, and I take screenshots or I'll message you and say, "Where did you get that? I need that." So
That's so good to hear.
a big thank you to you. I want to ask you, with Pesach coming up, I would love to ask you, what is the most fun or joyful thing about Pesach for you?
So for me, I love our seders. I know there's a lot of work involved to get to that point, but I just feel like there's so much cleaning and there's so much craziness and cooking. But once the seder comes, it's just like, okay, everything's done. It's almost like, every single Friday night you have the craziness of Friday, but then when you light candles, it's like everything is just like settled and calm. And I just love our Seder so much. We play games. There's Divrei Torah. We do tons of singing. We have like impromptu shows. It's super fun. So that is my absolute favorite part about Pesach. And living in Israel, I love that it's one day because you really, really enjoy it and like make it like super quality time and make the most of it. So I love that. That's my favorite part of Pesach.
I could not agree more with you. I thought I was going to miss the second one when I made Aliyah. I know who Seder I'm crashing this year. Absolutely. I would love to
Come
hear.
for sure.
Oh
Open
my
house.
gosh, that sounds like so much fun.
It's the
And
best.
in addition to that, I wanted to ask you, you are actually one of our contributors in the up and coming magazine that's coming April 1st.
Yes.
I'd like to ask you about, what does it mean for you? Do you see the purpose? Is there a need for a magazine like this? What are we bringing to the table that's maybe different than other magazines? Tell us a little bit
Mhm.
about that.
So I love the story, and I love even more now hearing from Naomi herself. I heard a little bit before, but now that I heard from Naomi, from her own mouth and her own words, I just love that there's so much passion involved. And I love that she's really bringing all types of women together. Like you said, young, old, different religious levels, different experiences, different talents. And everyone gets to display their magic, like I like to say, and their own superpowers in the magazine. And it's really bringing people together of all types and all over the world. And I think it's such a huge need because a lot of women's magazines, there's plenty of women's magazines, right? Specifically, also, there's plenty of Jewish women's magazines. But I think a lot of magazines, a lot of people focus on, like, let's say, one like sect of Judaism, let's say, and everything is sort of from that sect. And this, I think, is very different because it's bringing like all types of people together in one place. And I just love the unity of it. And I love the bringing it together, and women supporting women, I think, is just such a beautiful concept.
I love it. I am so excited. I'm so happy to know that you're contributing to the next magazine.
Me
What
too.
Can you tell us just like a teeny tidbit? Leave us wanting more. But what's your article going to cover in this upcoming issue?
So I'm not going to give it all away, but I wanted to talk a little bit about, like you said in the intro, about dressing with intention and styling with intention, and how that can actually really, really help us every day, but also coming into Pesach. So the idea of dressing with intention comes a lot, it goes hand in hand with manifestation. I'm sure we've all heard of the term manifestation. What does that exactly mean? Some people say it's, you have something that you want to happen, you visualize it, and then you make it happen. So that's, a lot of people, I think, use it in the wrong context, and they confuse manifestation with positive thoughts. So the difference between those two is, you have the positive thought, of course, you visualize what your life would look like if that thought were to happen, and then you take the action steps to make it happen, right? So you are putting yourself in the position for it to come. And also you're opening yourself up to the brachot, to the blessings that God can bestow upon you and say, okay, look, I'm ready for this. I want this to happen. I'm capable for this to happen, whatever it may be in your life. And that's really what manifestation is. So I use getting dressed every single day as a manifestation tool in order to become your best self and to meet all your goals that you want to achieve. And I view getting dressed in the morning as almost like a little gift, a little present that you can give to yourself. And this is whether you have a job outside the home, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you work from home. This applies to every single kind of person, whether you're old, whether you're young, doesn't matter your body shape, tall, thin, bigger bodies. It doesn't really matter who you are or what you have. Every single person is beautiful as they are. And when you dress in a way that makes you feel good about yourself, you're telling yourself, I deserve to look good. I deserve to feel good. I deserve to feel amazing. I don't have to lose 10 pounds. I don't have to be, get a promotion. I don't have to, whatever it is that you feel like would make your life better. No, you're worthy. And that's a little bit what the article is about. You're worthy of looking and feeling amazing as you are right now. So I know like everyone has probably had that feeling at least once in their lives, hopefully more, but everyone's had that feeling, when you get dressed up for a wedding maybe, or you just have an outfit that fits perfectly and you always feel good when you wear it. So what happens when you put that on? It's not just about looking good. You've heard the expression, look good, feel good, right? But it's so much deeper than that. When we put on an outfit that fits us like a glove, we know we look awesome. You stand a little taller, right? You speak a little clearer, you smile more, you interact with people more. You're actually more productive at work when you like what you're wearing. So it really impacts your relationships are better. Even your relationship with your kids can be better, with your relationship with your husband, your relationship with your friends, because when you feel better about yourself, it trickles down to every single aspect of your life. And it's not just me making this up. This is actually science-based.
I'm so excited for this article
studies have been
now.
shown.
Oh my God.
It's called enclothed cognition. And that is the theory that when we wear things, the clothes have the ability to make us more productive and change our mindset. So it's actually a real life thing. And I think especially with Pesach coming up, when a lot of times, as women, as moms, as, wives, whatever it is, we're sort of like put last on the back burner because there's so much to do. We have to take care of all the kids. We have to clean. We have to cook. Besides Pesach stuff, we have to do the regular stuff. Laundry still has to get done just because we're cleaning for Pesach. The kids still have to get chauffeured to wherever they have to go. Nothing stops. It's not like, oh, we're just going to focus on this and then life just stops. So oftentimes we're put on the very, very, very end of the back burner. So I think even in the busiest times, and maybe especially in the busiest times, that is when we need to stop, take 5 minutes or less in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror and say, how do I want to feel today? What do I want to get done today? What do I want to accomplish? And then dress for that. And there's no reason you can't have that. And you don't have to sacrifice style for comfort. You can have both. And you get to decide how you want to feel. So if you wake up in a bad mood, you're exhausted, you're stressed, wearing something, let's say a brighter color, like I'm wearing a hot pink dress today, it's an instant mood lifter, right? You look at yourself and you all of a sudden feel like more excited, more bold, and then you're able to accomplish bigger things. So I would love for everyone to just take, if they're going to take one little nugget, to really try to remember that in the coming crazy busy weeks ahead, leading up to Pesach, to just take those few minutes. I'm not saying like, self-care, of course, like manicure, pedicure, whatever. But I think the biggest, like I said, the biggest gift you can give to yourself every single day is to take 5 minutes for yourself, say, how do I want to feel? What do I want to accomplish? What blessings do I want to come to me today? And then dress for that.
Devora, you are a star. Ladies, if you want to know more about the incredible work that Devora does, Please check out her article. Will be available April 1st, both print as well as digital copies online. And you can connect with her Instagram, Facebook, and we're going to put her number down below. Devora, this has been personally for myself at least such a treat. And
Thank you.
I'm registered
And
for us
I
this
just wanted
month.
to add, if you
Yeah.
want to start learning to dressing with intention, if you're not quite ready to take it on yourself, I'm here for you. I'm happy to walk you through the process. I'm taking spring clients, and that when my, like you said, my STAR method, my empowerment experience is open. So I'm ready and here to help you get there.
Ladies, take her on her word. It's worth it. Now's the time we're investing in other people. Now's the time also to invest in yourself and our magazines. So thank you, Devora, so
Thank
much.
you.
And wishing you a very, very special, stylish Pesach.
Thank you. Same to you.
We're going to move on to our next speaker. We have the great privilege from hearing from Keren Miller. She's a motivational speaker, life coach, as well as in Judaica studies and special education teacher. She's been involved in chinuch, she's been involved in education for over 25 years, and she's been teaching and inspiring women and young girls of all ages and backgrounds. She is the director of Lev Ha'am, an initiative to encourage more unity and Ahavat Israel, love for one another around the world, with daily tefillot, meditations, and unity events. She has initiated and led several unity gatherings for women all over the world. Keren gives shiurim in tefillah, prayer, emunah, hashkafa, and parsha. She has her own YouTube channel with hundreds of shiurim that are accessible to you. And she as well has her own marketing company. So please feel free to reach out to her. We're going to put her email and her number down below. So Keren, thank you so much for joining us here. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. I have as well
Okay.
some questions for you. I want to know, what's the most fun, what's the most joyful part for you for Pesach?
Wow, it's really a hard one. But I'm gonna say just I think even the fact that it's a chag, getting together with family, and Pesach, I feel like it's stepping into our royalty, and really the Pesach Seder is just so beautiful, laying all the beautiful dishes out, and everything is just so clean, and fresh. And it's really an opportunity to sort of like start new. It's like, it's like a new, you're like a new bria, like we're being recreated, so to speak. So, and just getting together with family and just being so, biyachad, b'achdut, and being here in Eretz Yisrael, it's just so, so beautiful to really experience it. But anywhere, I mean, it is a little harder when you have, two sdarim and 2 days. This year, we all get a chance to rest because it's going to be Shabbat. So looking forward to that. But yeah, so I think just even the whole gathering of family together and the experience of the Seder itself is just like amazing, amazing, incredible.
Beautiful. I love it. Family. I tell people we have the 3 F's: faith, family, and food. Absolutely. One of the best parts of especially Pesach. It's really so enjoyable. And I totally relate to what you said of having your home smelling clean. Nothing like a little bit of bleach and some floor
Yeah.
cleaner. Amazing. My second question that I have for you is, why do you think we need this international magazine, Her Tribe? This is a unique magazine with a unique sense of purpose. Is there a need for this? What sets us apart maybe from what you have come already into contact with? Why does this matter?
I think it's there's a rise of the feminine right now that's happening in the world. And women are mamash coming to express themselves and to really to go into their role as women, as true neshot chayim. And we're seeing it. We're seeing it in the mothers here of the chayalim, the mothers of chatufim, such resilience. And it's really an opportunity right now for everyone to step into their light and step into their crown. And this magazine features so many different aspects of women in our society. And it's just so beautiful to see everyone together, just being able to share and being able to really bring out the light of every single woman in, in the Jewish world. And really, it's an international magazine. Baruch Hashem, there are women from all across that are contributing, and we see tremendous avat Yisrael, achdut. And I want to just give a shout out to my dear friend Naomi Journo for doing an amazing, incredible job. And like you said before, yeah, mamash, let's all give her a hand. She's juggling a family, a home, chagim, everything all around her, and she's busy collecting articles, sending it to the printer, putting it together, advertisements. And really, if anybody can help us with sponsoring this beautiful, beautiful magazine, that there's so much a need for it in our community, that women should feel how special they are, how unique they are. So if you want to help us to sponsor and to join us in the advertising and help us to promote the magazine, please, I'm helping in the way that I can, and we'd love for anybody to help and contribute to help us to do that, because this is what's needed right now. It's Higia Zman HaGeula. There's no time. We need to step up into our crown. Bezrat Hashem.
This is a very unique holiday, as we know, where we talk about B'zchut Nashim Tzidkaniyot. It was because of the righteous women that they were able to be freed, to be redeemed from Egypt. Keren, can you tell us a little bit about where you touched briefly about it, that we're seeing the feminine energies, those kohot that existed, back in Egypt, that they're reemerging now with, especially here in Israel, but also internationally. What can you give us, maybe a little bit, a sense of hope or anticipation that there's the Geula, it's happening right now, and that it's coming? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Mamash. It's really, living here in Eretz Israel, we feel it so much more, but I think it's becoming more real everywhere. I think everyone is realizing that we as women have a tremendous koach. And I was just I'm part of a group circle. It's called the Grow Circle with Nechama Labor, and we're actually going through the Haggadah and how we can relate to the different parts of the Haggadah. We read it on Pesach, but we really need to prepare. And this is the time. Like just now, we're cleaning for Pesach, and we're cleansing, we're cleaning, we're making sure all the things that are not needed are we get rid of them, because all these things that we have in our house that take up space, they just take up space also in our mind, and they make us nervous, and they make us, we just get all this anxiety of like, how am I going to get rid of all this? And really the clutter, it's the best to be able to declutter. And this is what we need as women. We need to be able to remove the blockages. We need to remove those limiting beliefs, all the things that bog us down. So in preparation now, as we're cleaning for Pesach, we're not just cleaning, we're cleaning out our neshama. We're cleaning out the things that are weighing us down, the things that are limiting beliefs in our head that we're not going to be able to do this. How am I going to accomplish that? How am I going to do this? And we really need to step into our roles. That really is the key, is to step into our role as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, whatever it is that your role, you feel that you play a role in society. Everyone has an incredible ability to be a leader and to be a lamplighter. And we really need to see, where is it that I can shine my light? And in order to do that, we need to cleanse. We need to cleanse ourselves. Just like we do, we talk about there's 2 Rosh Hashanahs to the year. One is on Tishrei and one is on Nisan, when we became a nation. And we really need to, like we do the work in Elul, it's actually now, it's like the beginning of the Briat HaOlam, like it is when we say Kaf Hey Elul. We're right now in Kaf Hey Adar, right? We're stepping into, this is the Briat HaOlam, the beginning of the creation of us as a nation. So what we need to do is to be able to step into that role and recognize and realize, what is my role? And how can I fulfill that role? And the first thing we need to do is to get out of the exile, get out of the mitzarim, get out of the things that are tsar, the things that bog us down, the things that are constricting us. And whatever it is, whether it's those thoughts, the criticism in our mind, the belief that we're never going to get it done, and how am I going to get it done, and maybe I have to say that I didn't do that and I didn't do this, and just step into, what can I do? What can I do? What am I good at? How can I shine more light? And the first stage is in ourselves. And there's the Korban Pesach we bring on Erev Pesach. And it says that we take the Korban Pesach. It says to go and to gird your belt on and to put your shoes on, right? And to take your staff. That's what it says there in the pasuk. I don't remember exactly the pasuk right now. And what are those things? So in Nechama Labor, in her journal, she's a special Pesach journal that talks about the parts of the Haggadah. She explains how we first need to step into our role for ourselves. We first need to take care of ourselves. That's the belt, the things that sort of gird us, the things that, strengthen us and make us be able to stand stable in our ground. If we are not stable, if we don't feel good in ourselves, how can we give to others? How can we be able to be a nurturer? We have to nurture first ourselves. So I know it sounds funny because it's like Erev Pesach. You think I have time to nurture myself? What are you talking about? But whatever it is that it is to nurture yourself, it could be taking a walk in the park, going out in nature, being able to just go give yourself some time, get something to eat. I always hear moms like, oh, I didn't eat anything the whole day. No, we need to eat. We need to have energy. We need to give to ourselves in order for us to have energy for our children. Then we can go into the next stage, right? Is to be able to step into our shoes. Okay, now what's my role? Okay, now that I took care of myself, now I can take care of my kids. I can take care of my family. I can start cleaning the house, right? Make sure that you nurture yourself. You give yourself what you need in order to step into your role, whatever that role may be. And after that, to take our staff, and then we can give to others. The staff is the stick that we can reach out to others around us. And of course, Bishvili Nivra Olam, we're told, but not only for me, right? I also have to give. I have to do chesed, right? Olam chesed yibaneh. Hashem build the world of chesed. So that's, of course, inviting guests to your Seder if you can, calling out to people if they need help. Somebody just gave birth, cook her a meal because she doesn't have time to clean. Forget about cleaning. She needs food. She needs to be able to nurture. If you can give in that way, that's great. And I'm not saying this is how you have to give. Everybody has to give in the way they need to give. But this is part of the avoda that we need to do to be able to get to the Pesach Seder. Is first nurturing ourselves, recognizing our roles as women here. And where we are is when what we're supposed to be doing is first giving to yourself, first give, so that you don't get drained, so you don't get, you don't get depleted. Then you can give to others, to your family, of course, families first, and then we can step outside and give to others. And it's so important to recognize these different steps, especially during this time. So when we come to the Pesach Seder, we're prepared. And really the preparation is now. When we're taking out the chametz, we're supposed to have the intention of taking out all those blockages, anxieties, the anger, the frustration. And as you're cleaning, there's actually even tefillah that you can say. There's actually tefillah. Rabbi Nachman gives us a tefillah, beautiful tefillah. You can, search for it, but if you want, you can reach out to me. But they're beautiful tefillah, even saying it in your own words, doing it bodedut, going out into nature, talking to Hashem every day, set a time to really reflect upon what we do have. And it starts with gratitude. That's really the key. When we're in gratitude, when we recognize what we have, then we don't complain. Then we appreciate. And then we can come to the Pesach Seder, being able to appreciate who we are as an Am, as a nation, as women in the society that we're living in. And we are contributing. We're bringing the light. We're bringing Geula. You see these incredible women, the mothers of these Chatufim that came home. And what are they talking about? Ahavat Israel, Achdut, love, giving to each other. We need to give. We need to support. We need to love one another. But it starts with loving ourselves, with understanding that we need to be able to nurture what Hashem has given us. Elokai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi, and appreciate that neshama, and then being able to give to others and come into the Pesach Seder feeling freedom. And what's that freedom? Freedom from all those negative beliefs, freedom from all that, the things that bog us down, to be able to truly be able to feel the Geula Shlema. Bekarov, we should be Zoche, Bezrat Hashem, this Pesach, to the Geula Shlema. Mera be'amenu.
Amen, amen, amen.
Thank
you, Keren, so much. This was so insightful. Ladies, I don't know if you can feel the energy right now. I hate to break it to you. Geula's not coming. It's here. It's happening right now. And you are playing as women an active role, not only in Geula, but also bringing a sense of sisterhood and community through our beautiful magazine. So thank you, Keren, so much. And this brings me to our next speaker that we're going to have now. I'm a little starstruck because I've been listening to her since I'm still a young girl, so when I was even younger, I would listen to her. I would love, ladies and gentle ladies, to speak about Rivka Malka Perlman. Rivka Malka Perlman is an international speaker known for her energizing and uplifting inspirational speeches. Following a near-death experience, she has opened up her school of coaching and transformation, where she trains women all over the world around teaching around coaching and coping mechanisms. Through her school, workshops, and online presence, she guides women to heal from the past, rewrite their current stories, and discover their life missions. So, without further ado, it is a great honor that I get to now speak with Rivka Malka Perlman. She's going to be coming up. Let's see if she's here.
I'm here.
Good to see you. Hello, hello. I hear you. So,
Thank you, Shirel.
it's an honor to have you here. I would love to ask you the same question that I asked our two phenomenal ladies who spoke right before you. Now, Pesach is coming up, and I know that sometimes we can get into the nitty-gritty details and maybe get bogged down by the things that don't necessarily matter as much as the things that we should be focusing on. What is the most fun or joyful thing about Pesach for you?
Preparing for Pesach. Yeah, I'll talk about that a little, but yeah, I actually like the prep.
Ooh, I want to hear more. What specifically about the prep do you like that brings you joy?
That brings me joy. So hi everyone. First of all, I'm thanking you, Naomi, for organizing this, and thanks for the warm welcome. So I'll try to say it in short, but it's very dear to my heart. My mother, she should be well. She was great at making Pesach. She worked incredibly hard, but one of her most famous systems we do in our house, and that is that she would take all the jobs that needed to be done in the whole entire house, down to the phone drawer, the junk drawer, the vacuuming, the couches, everything, and write it down on, actually it was stocking sheets. You know how you get on the back of stockings? She would save them from year to year. And then you get to run home when Pesach is coming and sign your name, which jobs you're going to do. Now, why would you choose to do jobs? Because for every job that you completed, you get a coupon, and then you get to go to the pizza shop and order whatever you want. And this was an incredible win-win because we got pizza, which was such a luxury for us. We never got that. And ice cream and French fries. And we also got a little airing out. We got to leave the house a little bit. And also we got fed, and she didn't have to make us food. So this is what we've done for years, and it's the best. Genius, right? No.
Mamash genius. That's incredible. Oh my goodness. Life hack all the way.
Yes. Yeah. Total life hack. So we were a small town in Cleveland. So she actually made physical coupons that they honored. We would give our kids $3 per job, which in real life is not a lot of money, but in Pesach life, it's extremely exciting. And it set the tone. Now most of our kids are out of the house, but that's still the tone. And we have a few other tricks that we do that make it just a tone of teamwork and fun.
I love that. That's amazing. Wow. Speaking about things that are fun and meaningful and taking something that can be mundane and really uplifting it. Rivka Malka, can you tell us why you think that this magazine, Her Tribe, what we're trying to put together, not just a magazine, but a sense of sisterhood and community? Do you see a need for this magazine? Do you think that this is a vision that deserves to be seen by many people globally around the world? Is this important work?
I didn't expect this to happen, but I literally have tears in my eyes right now. It is such important work. The literature that is available to Jewish women is terrible. I love to be positive, but all I could say is it's terrible. Its midos are terrible. Its ideals are terrible. Its lack of actual women in there is terrible. The amount of gashmias in there is terrible. The lack of actual tochen. Even back in the day when I was newly married, I got one of these women's magazines. I brought it home. I was so excited. I'm going to have something that I could read. Yay. This is almost 30 years ago. I bring it home, and my husband's looking at me because he knows. And he's like, so what's the article about? And I was like, he's like, come on, tell me. I'm like, it's about where the other sock goes to in the dryer. That's that's the whole article, man. That's the whole of it. So and there's things in there that I read. I don't tell my children this because we like to keep our Shabbos afternoon positive. But I'm saying it on this forum. There's things there that I read that hurt my kishkas. There's entire articles about what should I tell my sister-in-laws because she baked one sister-in-law one pie and she baked me two pies. I'm like, maybe come and I'll teach you some communication skills and it's gonna be fun. We're gonna learn it together because we're adults now. That's how much it hurts me that I'm getting sarcastic. This is my once a year that I'm getting sarcastic. Special for you, Naomi. Really, I don't have it in me. I put that part of me away, but this is a true story that happened. True story. I got this in the mail today, you guys. Naomi sent it to me. I have my own copy. Me and my daughters are going to be vibing it up this Pesach because, oh, this is perm edition, doesn't matter, with real reading. I'm so excited. Yeah. That's how I think is very important. That's
I'm
all.
so happy it made it all the way to you and outside of Israel that you got your own copy. And like you said, although a lot of the material is Purim, ladies, the stories and the life hacks and tips and tricks related to marriage, family, self-development, career, whatever it may be, is really relevant to every day. And like Rivka Malka said, this is authentic, real voices. These are women that you may know in your community, women that you may see online. They're real and they have something real to say and share with the world. And we want to hear, we want to be a part of it and create our tribe and make it even stronger. Rivka Malka, you are a phenomenal speaker. I would love to ask if you can share with us any ideas as we're preparing, as we're for Pesach. Maybe some people weren't able to come on, they're listening to the recording. How do we find a sense of maybe some balance, life purpose, and always with a feminine touch, especially during this time of year?
Sure. Well, Karen, you spoke so nicely and you emphasized women's self-care, which is a topic dear to my heart. And I had a great conversation with my husband. I was teasing him. I said, so, like if I was a guy, I would be on Hatzalah, right? And which is kind of a tease because he's not on Hatzalah. Like if I was a guy, I would be. And I said, well, what about you? If you were a woman, like what's one thing like you would do? And he was a little stumped. And then he said, well, like I'd take care of myself for sure. And then it kind of dwindled on from there. He didn't have any womanly things that he wanted to do. But that was his opening statement, like to be a woman. Like I was thinking like, wow, it actually changed my brain. He's counting on me as a woman that I will take care of my physical appearance, my hygiene, my health, my energy, my home. He assumes that about women. It was a massive education for me. So sometimes women feel like I need to make Pesach, I need to do dishes and stack boxes and pull things out of the pantry. It's true, but that's on top of your actual job, which is to take care of the engine of the home. That's you. So just first of all, being cognizant of that, like that has to happen. It's not negotiable. And when you have your priorities, life organizes itself around you. So whether your priorities are 10 minutes of fresh air a day, a little bit of yoga every day, eating good food, listening to music, whatever you're talking on the phone with a friend, going out with a friend, when you get those priorities in, everything else is going to happen. It's not a big deal. And you have my full permission. I'm not in authority, but I'm a fellow sister. Full permission to like let some things go in favor of keeping to the things that make you feel great. Because if you get mad at someone and yell at them, it's not going to be a good excuse. Oh, sorry, I snapped at you. It's just that I didn't eat breakfast or do my stretching this morning or do my davening that I love. They don't care. They just don't want you to yell at them. So please, that's the first thing. And then the second thing is equally important, and it has a story, but I don't want to take up too much time. Could you tell me my time?
You're still great for time. Don't worry. You're good.
Okay, so I'm just going to say a point, and it comes with a story. I'll say the story first. It usually takes me 10 minutes, but I'm going to do it in a few. It's a true story. Only her name is changed. So there was this girl. Her name is Chana, and she she lives in Israel, and she lived in Israel, and she was spending Shabbos in Sfat, and she decided, I got to go back early to Harnof. I'm exhausted. I think I'm getting sick. So she's back home in her apartment in Harnof, and her friend calls her and says, "Khan, I need a favor. Could you please go to Har HaZeisim and get a picture of the Temple Mount? I need it." She's a graphic design artist. She has a specific vision for a specific project that she told her boss. And could she just snap that photo? Hannah is so sick, but she's like, of course, you know how girls are. This is what we do. So she gets out of bed from Harno, takes a bus to Har HaZeisim, but it's a two-stop extravaganza. And so first she's stopping by Shar Shechem. And help me out because I'm not in Israel. Is it Shar Shechem or in Shechem? I don't even know. So you can write it in the chat box. So she stops anyway, waiting for her next bus. And as she's waiting for her next bus, very nice, a bus pulls up. Somewhere in the back of her head, she notices that it's white and blue, but she just gets on. What she didn't know is that, ironically, the green and red buses are the Egged buses, the Israeli buses. The white and blue buses are the Arab buses. Shirel is nodding her head. Well, she gets on the bus. She is so sick by now, delirious. She falls fast asleep in 2 minutes. 25 minutes later, the bus stops. She gets up. She gets, off of the bus drives away. She looks around. The streets are empty. She's like, oh gosh, I must have gotten off at the wrong stop. I don't know where I am. Let me cross the street and get back on a bus and go home. She crosses the street. There's no bus stop. Where's all the bus stops? She starts seeing that there's bulletin boards, and they have signs on them, but these signs are of Palestinian terrorists. Yay for the martyrs. And she realized that she is deep in an Arab village. It is late. It is dark at night. There's nobody around. And so she doesn't know what to do. She is panicking. They're literally celebrating murderers, and she's alone there and vulnerable. So her brain snaps into survival mode, and she says to herself, I will think of I will look around and I will find the house that is the most well taken care of. And hopefully those people are the most menschlich. And then she's rehearsing internally. Okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to be like this girl from California who just is like so liberal and just wants to visit the Arabs, and because they're totally victimized, and I just want to hear their side of their story, and like I have to see them up close for myself. So she's getting this whole thing ready inside of her. I'll turn off my camera because it's lagging. I'll turn it back on soon. So she's getting this whole thing ready inside of her, and she knocks on the door of the nicest house that's there, and a girl opens the door, hijab and all, and she looks at her and she says to her, Hannah? And Hannah's like, what am I in a dream? What is happening? And she says, Hannah, yesh li hakartis, I still have the card. And she runs inside the house and she goes and she gets this card. And slowly it dawns on Hannah who this girl is. You see, she had been on a Kiruv trip at a hotel, and they were going to stay there for a few weeks. And while she was this madricha on this trip, she decided for herself, you know what? There are so many people who helped make this trip possible. I'm going to make sure to thank each and every one of them. And so throughout the trip, whenever someone would help them, she would take down that person's name, the waiter, the person who brought room service, the cleaner, everyone. And she was on this avoda of, I'm going to live in gratitude. I'm going to thank everyone. And so on the last day, she was writing thank you notes to all the people in the hotel. And she saw that there was a person by the coffee machine. And she went over to her, or by the coffee shop. She said, I haven't seen you here. Are you new here? She said, well, I work here at the coffee shop. I actually really want to go to medical school, but I'm earning money here. Well, she said, thank you very much for the coffee. I want to take your name. So she took her name and she gave her a thank you card. And it was that girl whose home Hashem brought her to. And so the girl says to her, come in. So she comes in, and it turns out that it's Ramadan, and that's why the streets were empty, and the family is sitting around having a feast. And the other members of the family were also in the hotel with Hannah, and they all said, Hannah. They thought she was a guest there, and they welcomed her, and she's sitting there talking to them. She made it for about 15 minutes, and they didn't even think, like, why is she there? They just thought, she's there to visit. It's Hannah with the with the thank you cards. And then she said, you know, I think it's time for me to go. Is there a bus that I could take back there? Like, oh, nope, no buses around here. So the uncle actually drove her home, and together with hijab girl, and she made it out there safely. And so ends her story. And I just saw that Joan is here, one of my favorite people. Hello, Joan. So Joan is one of those people that notices service people. And this is the point that I want to bring home with this. The first point is, Mama Klatsko taught me this: always recognize the people who help you. Always, always. If we would stop at a rest stop, my mother would stop to tell the cleaning lady, it smells so good in here. Thank you. And my grandfather, Leva Shalom, he raised a lot of money for Laniado Hospital, and he would bring his donors into the kitchen. He would say, I want to introduce you to some of the people that make the most difference to every single person in this hospital. Nobody who walks into this hospital leaves untouched by this person. You know who it is? It's the cook. So that's the big lesson. The lesson for our homes on Pesach is let your family feel your gratitude. Again and again and again and again and again. We are pleasure seekers. We go where it feels good. Let your family feel good around you. In our family, we like to write thank you notes that I give to the children by candlelighting. Every one of them, young to old. Before that, we used to write it in a little book and an inscription that they would get. Let them feel your gratitude. Nothing should be for granted. If Hannah could write to the lady who's standing at the coffee shop, then we could write to the husband who picked up one finger to help us for Yantif. And even notice that he probably did a lot more than we're giving him credit for. And even write him a letter to tell him, thank you for preparing for the Seder. Thank you for sitting as the head of the household at the Seder. Whatever you can do, that would be my message. If you want to be the queen, this Yantif, be the queen of gratitude. And then when you sing Dayenu, you'll really be singing your song to Hashem of gratitude. You're going to be vibing right there along with the entire of the Jewish people. And on that note, thank you, Shirel, for hosting this. Thank you, Naomi, for this opportunity. Thank you for Keren, that I got to hear you speak. And there was one other speaker that I did not hear, and I'm sure you were wonderful.
Devora was phenomenal. Thank you so much, Rivka Malka. This was, ladies, step into your royalty of being the queen of gratitude this season. This has been so meaningful. Again, ladies, we just got to hear snippets from some of our wonderful speakers here tonight. Many of them are contributors in our magazine, and we want to keep bringing this incredible product here to you. We want to keep connecting women, keep strengthening our tribe of women here in Israel and abroad. And the only way that we can make that happen is really with your support. You're able to support us either through, this is our fundraising campaign, even connecting with us on social media, email. We're going to put all the information here in the chat. So we want to hear from you. You have a story you want to share, you have something that, a topic you want us to address, whatever it may be, please, we can only make this possible with you. We have a few more moments now before everybody has to jump off. So for the next 5 minutes, we are going to be opening up the chat. You can raise your hand if you have a question, a comment. If you want to share some love with Naomi Journo, who has brought this magazine from just a kernel of an idea to life, a living, breathing product, this would be the time to do so. So feel free in the chat if you would like to say something. You can raise your hand too.
Do you want to put a donate link in the chat or tell us a little bit more about what you have in mind for that?
Sure. We have, this is going to be a link in the chat. This is going to be for donations. Let me see if I can grab it here and put it in the chat. This is the best way for you to be able to donate. This is going to be here. It's a PayPal. So people here in Israel, as well as those who are abroad, no amount is too big, no amount is too small. And this again, but this is going to be going towards, it's not just going towards, you know, getting my nails done. This before Pesach or getting a facial, this is an investment into yourself. This is going towards high quality print production. We want to make sure that when you're holding that magazine, the ink is not smudging onto your fingertips. It's beautiful, high quality digital print, a talented creative and editorial team. It takes a lot of contributors, and to go through everything, we want to make sure that you're getting a polished, clean product. Real people going through everything and not just ChatGPT or AI. We have online content and campaign developments that are in the works. We have digital production and major operations happening behind the scenes to make sure that you're seeing everything either digitally or in person, really making it happen, and distribution across all of Israel and beyond, whether it's us going door to door in some situations, connecting with women in all the Anglo-centric cities and beyond, as well as reaching people on a global platform as well, that we're reaching people internationally. That's where your money, that's where your donations are going straight towards. So if anyone has other questions, I'm happy to answer. Naomi is still here and she's also happy to answer.
Yes, exactly. Happy to answer any questions.
Because Rivka was on the flyer for this, and I miss her. I lived at her house for a while in Baltimore. But yeah, I'm in Israel now for close to 11 years, and just curious, like if you need other people to write once in a while. I saw the Her Tribe magazine when I was at my friend's house, and I could be wrong about this, but it seems like it's all married women contributing. And I'd love to write something as someone in my mid-30s who's still single, and just how that ends up not being the easiest thing, especially around holiday time.
Absolutely. That's a voice that we desperately need to hear. So first of all, thank you so much for being here on this call. And just this is a topic that we need to talk about, not only to bring awareness and sensitivity, but maybe giving an insight and giving us insight, maybe some people on what things that we can do within the Jewish community to make it a better experience, and just really showing up for our friends and family members who are still looking for their other half. So absolutely, please get in touch with us. You can get in touch with us via email. I believe, Naomi, do you want to put the email in the chat?
Yes, I will. And I just want to also add to it, the magazine is for all Jewish women, single, married, divorced, waiting for their zivug. It's for all. The stories are for everybody, from everybody. So, Joanna, if you can get in touch with me, I'll be happy to discuss your article.
Good, thank you, Naomi. I think we had a Yelet that she wanted. I saw Yelet was raising her hand. So if you want to unmute yourself, you totally can.
Yeah, I just wanted to just give just the kudos to the magazine. I was blessed to have a copy for Purim, and how much I really did truly enjoy reading it. And over Shabbat, it gave me a lot of great just I don't know, koach and energy from reading other women's stories. And I really love that it covered the business side of things too, being someone who works in high tech, and like the professional tips and feedback also from a tour perspective and insights. So I really appreciated it, and just want to say it really is a great magazine.
Ayala, thank you so much. That means so much to us, and I'm sure as well to Naomi. We love hearing your feedback, and it can be always constructive feedback as well. We're always open to that too. But we're so happy that you enjoyed the magazine. And again, ladies, if you would like to order our up-and-coming magazine coming out April 1st for Pesach, now is the time. It's going to be, if you love the Hanukkah edition first, the Purim edition, Pesach, this is the time, ladies. It's going to be amazing. I'm one of the contributors to the magazine. We have some of the contributors who spoke today and many more. So if you would like to get in touch with us, Naomi has just put the email in the chat, and we're so looking forward to connecting with each and every single one of you. Please help us make this magazine possible, whether you would like to bring it to your community, if you're able to help us with fundraising or giving us a donation, no amount is too big or small, or just even sharing by word or sharing our videos or content that we're posting online on different social media platforms. It means the world to us. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming here, making time to joining us in our party. I have my party hat over here, and wishing everybody a special, special healing, strong, good Pesach, bringing in, Bezrat Hashem, please God, the final Geulah, the final redemption this Pesach season. And depending on where you are in the world, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day or a wonderful evening. Again, thank you so much to everybody for coming, and I look forward to connecting with you all soon.